And
I'm
Thomson,
just trying to pick up where Troy
2-1-13.
Maharis is playing. Is he playing in the
full forward?
Is Nick? Is it? No,
Yeah, they're both together.
Both together.
Yeah, okay,
line.
Side by side.
Oh, that's good.
They got them open in the 50 by themselves.
So you take on the Harrises when you get inside 50.
Yes. Well, they're using the same ploy as North Geelong. They're trying to give as much space as they possibly can.
So start of the second term at Osborne Park. The Magpies Oakley gets it down again, goes towards Gardner. Stone in there fighting hard for it as well. Over the top of it, Stewie Marnie. Oh, pushed it back in. Gone.
Good. Yep.
Holding the ball.
Probably a pretty good decision, I reckon.
Tim Gardner gives it away to Stone by hand. Left foot kick towards Nick Maharis on a lead. Fisher against him. Off hands to the back of the pack. Foot race. Thorley looks to recover pretty quick. He got to O'Toole pretty quickly there. Handball came back towards Thorley again. Free kick, was it? No, play on. He goes backwards 30 metres, but finds a teammate in Dan O'Connor, who wants to draw it back in towards centre half forward. Sets it up. Oakley over the back. Lofts in there.
Great
Lofts
mark.
takes the mark and stands his ground, the big man. Handballs it off to Elzinger. He handballs it over the top to Rory Priddle. Standing start. Gives it back to Lofty, who gets it over the top towards Corey Lockwood. Breaks free. Does well. Keeps his feet. Gives it to Priddle. Left foot kick towards half forward. Smith over the back. David Gibbs took the mark. Play on. Kick with the outside of the right boot towards half forward. Atchison leads in the race to the footy. Picks it up pretty well. Goes to the right foot and chips it over the top beautifully to Burke. And I think they're targeting Andrew Atchison a bit. They all know about the shoulder. He got the free kick down the field. Now it goes towards Baxter. Shows the ball. Chips it over the top towards Gardner. He takes the mark. Handballs it off to O'Connor. Sets Gardner up. Terrible handball. Over the top now. Hearn runs through the middle. Harris doesn't pick him up, and Hearn gets the kick away towards half forward. Foot race. Scown leads in the race to the footy. Will it sit for him? He slips over the crucial stage and then got a high tackle at 50 and will take the free kick.
A little fortunate. But didn't Russell Hearn run hard at two opponents there, and eyes for only for the footy.
I reckon this Brad Scown's been a good little player for North Geelong the last couple of times we've seen him, Jason.
His kick was a bit offline there, though. He's
Good on you,
kicked it
Loz.
straight in the arms of Shane Stone, who's turned quickly for Thomson, drives towards half forward. Bradley can't take the mark, comes to ground. Good work at ground level for North Geelong. Scown, you mentioned, back in the play again. But the ball offhand, well, there's got to be a free kick, I would think, to North Geelong, the man in front. Umpire. God. So there you go. And what's the umpire doing there?
Bringing it back.
No, he's playing advantage.
I don't know.
Joking?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't think the players know what he's doing either.
He paid 50.
I'll tell you
what, if he's paid 50, I'm buying blocks of land.
I'll have some land off umpire Hunter, because that's
What is
about
that?
75 metres, I reckon. It's 25 metres inside the 50, and it was 50 outside. So Bradley it is, with the football. And he's put the ball right through the middle. So, well, a goal to Thomson. How they got it's irrelevant, but it's there. It's on the board. 3-1-19. They trail North Geelong 5-7-37 Raiders. Bingo. Second quarter scoreboard 3 minutes in.
Laurie, if you ask me, what was that for? I don't know.
I got no idea. Actually, I'm looking over here at the half-back area. I thought the title fight at Costa Zoo was on, and he was on net tomorrow night, and there's a little bit going off the ball there as well. This is going to be a great day's footy, I think.
Fryers off for that 50 and Longstaff on. I don't think he's too happy with that. Jason Stein playing for the free kick at half-back. Bit niggly, him and David Gibbs. David Gibbs has pushed him into the middle again. Back to the middle. Oakley gets it down. Chopped off by Lockwood. Then goes to Stone. Gets a right foot kick away towards half forward. Nick Maharis against Fisher. Going back Elzinger. Falling over the crucial stage there was McLeod. Now Fisher, handball away. Just misses its target. Marnie, he's under pressure at half back now. Fisher comes in again. Handball came back towards Stone. Gets tackled as he gets his kick away. O'Toole breaks free. Got a bit of time now for the Magpies to set something up. Goes towards half forward. Over the back, Paul Smith. Good defensive play. At the front, Lockwood runs through. Charges with the left foot. Goes towards Scown. Runs onto it. Atchison comes through. Backed himself. And holds Scown and the footy up at half back. And it will be a ball up. Great play again, Andrew Atchison, to break away from Weiss. And back himself.
He backed himself,
He backed himself.
He reads it pretty well, doesn't he?
So it'll be a ball up at half forward for the Magpies. Lofts. Oakley comes from behind him again. Neither can get an effective tap. David Gibbs through the middle. Tries to break free. Priddle over the top. Kick was smothered. Goes 30 metres the other way. Zitko runs off the wing. Armstrong bears down on him. Just holds it up though, Mario. Free kick found over the shoulder. Where's
was
the
umpire pointing?
The umpire has picked that out from 45 metres away, and it's against Thorley.
And it's a trailing umpire.
And it goes to Rory Priddle in between wing and half forward. So he's got the free kick. Nobody really giving him many leads. Ratchie's running across the forward line. He goes in that direction now. Aitchison's got his name written on it. Goes up, punches it away towards Riley. He wraps Scown up, got the handball away somehow. Goes towards Lofts, the big man. Handball away to Marnie. Sets him up a little bit, Stewie Marnie. Right foot kick over his shoulder. Coming at the back was Smith again. Falls to the front, Thorley. Roves the pack. Handball to Stevie Daniels. And they break free. Oh, sets his teammate up though. And then a high tackle towards Priddle. Now it comes back towards Harris. Gets a clearing kick towards the middle. Lofts gets his head ripped off and should get a free kick and will. And the ruckman not too happy with the work from the Thomson boys there. Gets it away to Jamie Marnie. Goes with the right foot across half forward. Going up Scown. Takes a good mark. I think this man might remind Laurie a bit of him. That's why he likes him so much. He comes in from half forward.
Ooh.
Kick long towards Ratchie. Punched away over the back of the pack. Going at it was Harris. Cockerell's there as well. And the boundary line might beat them all. It does. Right forward pocket for North Geelong. And they lead 5-7-37. Thomson 3-1-19. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 6 minutes played.
So deep in the forward line for North Geelong. Really their first foray into the attacking area in this quarter. Ball comes in. Gardner takes it out of the pack. Gets it to ground. David Gibbs can't control it. He still keeps it in front of him. Savali Armstrong tackles strongly from the back. But the umpire all of a sudden sees about 7 players on top of the footy. So he's blown the whistle and we'll have a ball up. Half forward flank for North Geelong, outer side.
It's very important, Eric, to find some sort of a system to go into the breeze, isn't it?
It is. And so far North just haven't found it, I don't think.
No.
Thomson defending very well, I must say. Oh, up high there was North Geelong player in Weiss gets the footy down, but unfortunately the ball can't be cleared as looks like McLeod coming off and Roberts, a bit of height coming on for Thomson. In the meantime, the ball is inside 50, half forward flank for North. Great tap down by Weiss once again, but it's kicked off the ground for Thomson, back towards centre wing. Priddle picks it up, eludes the tackle, gets back on the right foot, goes toward half forward. Oh, Russell Hearn running into the vacant half forward area, moved very, very strongly to that footy. I'd say in normal conditions would be within kicking distance for Russell Hearn. He's be kicking from about 40 into quite a strong breeze, but almost directly in front. So if the side need a coach's goal, this is it. Gets onto it pretty well. I'll tell you, it's a magnificent kick from the coach. He's put it through, and a very much needed goal at this point for North Geelong. They're first for the quarter. They go to 6-7-43. They lead Thomson 3-1-19. That's on the Raiders bingo scoreboard almost 8 minutes into the first quarter, and that was really against the trend of play, Laurie, wasn't it?
Yes, and I've got to just say one thing. I actually gave him a little bit of a noodle last Saturday night after the game, Russell. I made a criticism. I didn't realise he was standing right beside me. And I actually said that I didn't think he finished off enough when he went forward, but he certainly finished off there. So maybe he's taken that on board. if so, that's good.
Well, free kick for a push, and it's against North Geelong at half-back. And it goes to Oakley in the middle, gives it to Stone by hand, goes long. Nick Maharis on a long lead, but O'Toole stands his ground, fills the hole and does well and takes the mark.
It's interesting, this umpire could have a huge bearing on the game for no real reason.
O'Toole chips it over the top towards Zitko. Can't take the mark. Armstrong on hands and knees. Little toe poke by Zitko close to the boundary line. Gardner pushes it over the boundary line for a throw-in between wing and half forward. Thomson just into attack. They trail 6-7-43, 3-1-19. So it was 24 points of difference at quarter time. It still is. Throw-in. Lofts. Oakley uses the body well. Goes to the side of the pack. Daniels gets a kick towards centre half forward. On the lead, Nick Maharis goes up. Can't take the mark. Lands on the back of his head. Now a quick kick from the pack situation. O'Toole does well. Oh, then gets wrapped up and loses the football. Roberts just on the ground, gives it back towards Gardner. O'Connor off a standing step, kick over his shoulder towards a 2-on-1 situation. Troy Maharis up against the Daniel Gibbs and also Corey Lockwood, and it's out of bounds in the right forward pocket.
It's a bit stiff, O'Toole there. He had to work pretty hard to get the foot in. When he took 2 steps, he ran into a wall of Thomson players.
So a boundary throw in, deep into Thomson's attack. Lofts. Nobody really gets an effective tap. Goes quick kick from Daniel Gibbs towards Stewie Marnie. Stone stood his ground. And a free kick for something at half forward. Thought they were just both going at the footy then.
I suspect this umpire
Just
would
high.
not know.
Oh, that was Eric. He's back from holidays. Shane Stone.
He's destroying a good game.
Switches play towards centre half forward. Oh, Sabali Armstrong from the point
inside
of the
centre
square. This is in his range.
I wouldn't put this one out of his range at all.
65 metres out. This is probably just a nice little kick for Spud. He comes in, gives it everything he's got. He hasn't quite got onto it. Off hands to the front of the pack. And Daniel Gibbs just wants the safety of the boundary line in the right back pocket for the Magpies, and he finds it.
I just got to go back to that Stewie Marnie one. I mean, he did everything right. He chased the footy, he put his body in and got penalised, and that's not on.
No, ball comes in, half forward flank for Thomson. Lofts to Fisher. I've seen that plenty of times as well. The ball, Fisher gets a left foot kick to the middle. David Gibbs went without the footy. It comes back to, well. The umpire has called it a throw against Shane Stone. And David Gibbs has got the free kick, and Thomson were away. They were deep into the forward line, but now it comes back to centre wing. And David Gibbs has the football. Looking for options further afield. He's on the defensive edge of the square. Chips it short, and he's found Corey Lockwood. Lockwood had been sitting out here for quite some time. Takes the mark, now he plays on. Draws a player, has to run around him, kicks towards centre half forward. And, well, Mark, it was all Thomson there. Oakley, a little chip goes towards Timmy Gardner. He picks it up now. Handball to Stone, who is running, as Connor limps off the ground. But the ball's at half forward, picked up by Daniel Gibbs. Short little kick, probably not 15 to Zitko. He finds Scown at centre half forward. And North Geelong have moved the ball quite quickly there as Scown goes long. 2 full forward from behind. Lofts can't take the mark, comes to ground however. Rathje picks it up, just jogs in, and what's he done? I don't think he has kicked a goal. Gee, the way the goal umpire went across the area I wouldn't have known. But it's a third for Jason Rathje. Very handy goal for North Geelong. 7-7-49. They lead Thomson 3-1-19. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 12 minutes gone.
Yes, Eric, and it was a good build-up for that goal too. And it's not easy to work into that breeze, but they worked when they're a good play from Corey Lockwood out here. He's got a bit of class, hasn't he? And
yes.
he certainly showed it there and got into the corridor. And as I say, every time it goes near Rasky, he looks like he's going to get the thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it was they moved it well, as you say.
Yeah.
And
well, it came from Daniel Gibbs, actually. He did exceptionally well down there in the back line, and that's what you've got to do today. You've got to be prepared to run that footy up.
So I noticed this time the central umpire, the trailing central umpire, is at centre half forward for the ball up as it goes in the air. Lofts, this time against JJ. Justin on the ground in the ruck. Neither player able to get it clear. Lofts gets a foot to the footy and a bit of attention from Troy Maheris as well. But finally, the game is back flowing as Bradley picks it up inside the centre square. Long towards full forward. It's over the head of all players running towards. In fact, it ran through the behind post. Fortunate for North Geelong it wasn't straight because nobody touched it. Second behind for Aaron Bradley. Thomson go to 3-2-20. They trail North Geelong 7-7-49. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 13 minutes now gone.
Elzinger from fullback for the Magpies. Just holding the play up. He's got they all break from centre half back and he decides to play on. Gardner comes at him. He gains 10 metres, goes long towards the Lofts with the sit over the back. Troy Maharis in front, goes into towards the hands of Bradley. Pack develops. Umpire calls play on. Lofts over the top of it again. Handballs it away. Lockwood, his handball back towards the boundary line. Fisher, kick over the top towards centre half, towards centre wing, and Brad Scown used the body and took the mark, played on, took a bounce, goes towards half forward. Weiss behind, pushing the back, no free kick. Rathje goes past Thorley. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Armstrong's there as well as Stein. Thorley now, right foot kick off one step towards nobody at centre half forward. Lockwood couldn't take the mark. Oh, fortuitously falls in the arms of Nick Maharis, and the umpire's paid a free kick for.
Well, if he's giving that, why is he not reporting the player?
Yeah.
And it's against, I think it might have been Bradley, was it?
Nick Maharis, I suspect.
Corey Lockwood, is it?
And Lockwood with the blood rule, and it doesn't look good as he comes off the ground.
If the umpire, the signal he gave, he should be reporting the player, in my view.
Well, Lockwood comes from the ground, blood streaming from his head.
It's not good.
And the free kick will go back to Fisher possibly. He'll take the free kick.
Well, surely he can't allow play to go on if it's a blood rule.
Brett Fisher knows the rules, and he's leaving the footy on the ground.
He won't pick the footy up.
Doesn't look good coming off.
No, fair.
He's got to go through the bench if he wants to come back on, I think. Well, they haven't taken him through the interchange bench, and possibly if it's a blood rule, he doesn't have to. Simon Shannon to come on the ground, so Fisher's got the footy at centre half back for a free kick for the Magpies. It goes to the right boot, wobbly punt kick towards centre half forward. Oh, Ratchie can't take the mark though. Coming through the middle. Was that Harris? Got it away to Stone. He gets it at Daniels, runs straight into O'Toole. And now free kick found for too high against, well, should be Stones. Yes, Daniels can't take the free kick. And Shane Stone will take it in the middle. Whistles going everywhere here. It's like a train station. Stone from the middle. Goes long towards full forward. Gardner down there having a rest and can't take the mark. Off his chest. Little toe poke by Daniel Gibbs. Out wide. He chased it with Troy Maharis, who picks it up. Handball was smothered. Bradley, though, off a couple of steps from 40 metres out. Has he put it through? Yeah, that's a great kick off a couple of steps. And Aaron Bradley has put his second on the board. And the fourth for Thomson. They go to 4-2-26. North Geelong 7-7-49. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 16 minutes played.
Well, I just think a bit of unsettling tactics seem to be going Thomson's way at the moment. They've sort of settled a lot quicker than North.
Yeah, probably, Eric. It's just unfortunate, one of those things. I think I didn't quite see what happened to Corey. I think it was just a boot or something like that. But
no, I won't comment.
Yeah, well, I didn't see it, so...
I did.
Yeah.
And he's too good a player to have that happen to him. That's my concern. But there's been a bit happening off the footy, and that was one of them. That's with the umpire back in the middle. The ball goes up once again. Lofts and JJ comes to ground. Thorley breaks one tackle. Finally has to handball it clear. Comes to Bradley. He breaks a tackle also. Kicks it long into the forward line for Thomson. At full forward. Ball comes to ground. Nick Maharis runs onto it. He allows his coach in Stone. Get it to Timmy Gardner. Timmy breaks a number of tackles and finally... Well, you can only break so many, I guess.
He used to break 4, now he only breaks 3.
Now that should be 50 metres because the Thomson player put the ball to ground and the umpire agrees with me.
Brett Fisher knows the rules.
I tell you what, I wouldn't mind buying some land off these two umpires, though.
It's all right, isn't it? You can build on the block of flats.
That's the longest 50 I reckon I've seen for a long time.
Oh.
Now, the umpire had no idea what to do then. Brett Fisher pushed the man on the mark over and decided to head for the hills, but the umpire eventually blew the whistle. So now Brett Fisher inside the centre square for North Geelong. Looks for some options. Kicks it low into the bruise. The lead there was from Weiss. Can't take the mark, but he follows through. Gets the ball to Grant Smith. Can't control it. Weiss, well, fairly ordinary tackle on that occasion, and it's Aitchison getting the free kick for in the back. So Aitchison of Thomson at centre half back. Kicks it wide to centre wing. Cockrell. Oh, good work. Oh!
Interference.
Dear, oh dear.
Stop commentating, Eric.
Oh, so free kick goes to it's Oakley and Thomson kicks it long to centre half forward. And now I'm not going to comment on that one at all.
I was waiting for
Nick Maharis has taken the mark.
You'd think.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I'm not saying it, Gary. You're far enough in there as it is.
So Maharis, 40 metres out, directly in front, puts it on the boot
Goal.
and has kicked the goal. That's the 5th. 5 goals to 32. Thomson. They trail North Geelong 7-7-49. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 19 minutes gone.
Yeah, we'll just get back to what you said before, Eric. I think Thomson's intensity around the ball has just increased a little bit. They're fairly ferocious around there, and North Geelong, for the first time that I've seen this year, making a few fundamental errors around the ball as well. So, yeah, if the umpires let it go, it could be a good game. I won't say anymore.
Back to the middle, Justin up against Ratchie having a run in the ruck now, giving Lofts a break, and Ratchie gets it down, only as far though as Thorley. Handball was terrible, falls towards Stewie Marnie, Off half forward, goes long towards Lofts at full forward, puts his arms up. Great roving, Atchison at the front. Handball to nobody in particular though. Weiss is there, breaks free. Handball to Stewie Marnie. Oh, he wants to get on his left now. He measures it, and as he put the quick reply through, he has. That swung right and left. Craig Parry would have been happy with that one, and he's put it through for goal. His first. And the quick reply for North Geelong. They go to 8-7-55, and they lead Thomson 5-32. And that's on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 20 minutes played. Fan club, good work. Eric's got a fan club at the ground. Fantastic. Back to the middle.
It's not going to be a cold afternoon after all.
It's heating up everywhere. Fantastic. Back to the middle. Justin goes up against Ratchie. Falls towards Thorley again. Rides a bump. Breaks free somehow. Fresh air shot. Daniels in there as well. Ripped off him by Priddle. Comes through Marnie again. Can't pick it up though. Now comes out towards Troy Maharis. But Scown tried to chop it off. Now little toe poke. Kicking in danger, said the umpire. And Brad Scown will take the free kick. So Scown's got it on centre wing. Goes towards centre half forward. Ratchie over the back takes the mark. So they're just settling down here a bit, North Geelong. Jason Ratchie goes short and finds Paul Smith. So Paul Smith will kick from 40 metres out. Slide angle. Still be a tough kick into this breeze.
Timmy Gardner back on. Dan O'Connor. Dan looks like he's in a fair bit of pain just by the look of his face there.
So leg injury of some sort.
So Paul Smith comes in. Baxter standing the mark. He comes in, keeps it, tries to keep it low, and it just pushes across to the far side and through for one behind. He's second of the afternoon. And they now go to 8-8-56 North Geelong, and they lead Thomson 5-2-32. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes played.
As Burke again has the footy in the goal square for Thomson, as he's been doing most of the day, the kicking in. Again, North Geelong, they have a zone defence and, decides to go long. And it's a lovely kick over half forward. In front there is Aitchison, takes a strong mark. So Aitchison of Thomson now. Half-back flank, kicks wider. The lead on at centre wing is Bradley. And Bradley has taken the mark on true centre wing on the change room side here at Osborne Park. Kicks long again, goes towards half forward. Brett Fisher up high, big punch away and found the safety of the boundary line. So it's out, half forward flank for Thomson, almost in front of the change rooms here at Osborne Park. As the boundary umpire picks up the footy and about to bring it back into play. 22 and a half minutes gone. Second quarter. Rathje against Justin. Ball comes to the back. Handball comes to Mitchell. Little chip pass on the left foot. Has found Thorley in the middle of the ground. Thorley kicks low. But the great interception there for North Geelong. And it's Jamie Marnie. Goes across the ground. Finds Elzinga. He kicks further across the ground. 2-on-1 against North there. Thomson do well. Handball comes back to Mitchell. Mitchell do... Well, it's a pretty ordinary kick towards centre half forward. Rathje attacks the footy, can't pick it up. In the air, it's come to Stone. Long kick to full forward. Timmy Gardner, strong use of the body, held his ground, and beside the goal square has taken the strong mark for Thomson. So Gardner, 5 metres out, 45-degree angle. We're right behind the kick. Comes in, and he's put it right through the middle. So that's his first for the day. It's Thomson's sixth. They go to 6-2-38. They trail North Geelong 8-8-56. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard, 24 minutes gone.
Just hanging in, Laurie.
They're just hanging in. Another couple of quick goals before half time. Will make it very interesting, won't it? Get back to what we said probably in the first part of this commentary, that probably a game of two halves.
Yeah, we needed probably the full half to the 2 quarters to ascertain
exactly
who was looking the better.
So back to the middle. Rathje still on the ruck for North Geelong, giving Lofts a breather. And Justin goes up early and gets it down too, towards Maharis gets it to Thorley through the arms of Daniels. Oh, great play, Shane Stone. From 50, goes long with the right boot. Gardner one out. Does he shepherd for the coach? Yes, he does. And the coach has put it through for his first goal. And that is the sixth for the Thomson, seventh for the Thomson side. They go to 7-2-44 and they trail North Geelong 8-8-56. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 25 minutes played.
So we wait the ball to come back, and that's changed the complexion, Laurie.
Definitely, Eric, and it was a quick goal and was probably fairly simple in football terms, wasn't it? It was just out of the centre, quickly down to the forward line, and a good shepherd down there by Tim Gardner allowed that to go through, and equally probably as good as the goal that Russell Hearn kicked into the breeze. That's a good coach's goal.
My word. There's the ball back in the middle. 25 minutes just ticked into time on. Justin gets the tap down only as far as Priddle of North Geelong. Kicks to centre half forward. Oh, good body work. Jamie Weiss takes the mark in front. The ball was dropping and right on 50. He plays on quickly. The leads come from full forward. Well, it didn't come from full forward. Jason Rathje drops the mark. Kicked off the ground. And I think that might have been by Shannon, or we'll give it to him. Shannon off the ground for a behind to North Geelong. Rathje had the mark and dropped it. North 8-9-57. They lead Thomson 7-2-44. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, almost 26 minutes.
Burke from fullback for Thomson. Down the middle towards Justin. Troy Maharis to the front of the pack. Great roving by Maharis again. Got one high. Should have got a free kick. None forthcoming. Handball back to Daniels. On the left foot. Goes wide looking for Zabali Armstrong. If it sits, he's away. It doesn't though. Weiss bears down on him on centre wing. In front of Armstrong still. Over the top. Needs some support. Got a free kick for a push in the back, said the umpire. On centre wing. Try and drive this long. Roberts at centre half forward gives him a lead. Bradley's there as well. He elects to go towards them. Bradley and Fryers coming at it. Sure, Nick Maharis can't take the mark. Off the back of the pack. Fisher had his head ripped off. And the umpire said it will be a ball up at centre half forward for Thomson. Turn the lights on here soon, I think.
Yes,
it's getting a bit dark.
Quite dull.
So it's centre half forward for Thomson, taking the southern end. There'll be a ball up. Rathje stands his ground, gets it down. Under nobody coming at him then. Coming through Elzinger. Play on the call for a too high advantage now. Goes from centre wing towards half forward. Down.
That's a real aid one.
Field, said the umpire, and it will be a free kick at half forward for the Magpies. And it will be Simon Lofts with the free. He handballs it off to Rory Priddle at 50. Goes long, tests the hamstring out. Going to hold up into the teeth of goal. Scown goes up off hands. Oh, nearly dangerously pushed towards Stewie Marnie, but it's through for one behind to the Magpies. So they go to 8-10-58 now, North Geelong. And they lead Thomson 7-2-44. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 27.5 minutes played.
Now the ball with Burke once again. About to kick the footy back into play. Goes wide to the outer side. Lovely looking kick. Two Thomson players there. They muff it between them. Johnny Mitchell comes back on handball. Back into the corridor. Sabali Armstrong can't control it. Weight of numbers with North Geelong. David Gibbs. Handball over to Cockrell. He can't control it. Ball comes to ground. In there is Ferguson just on the ground, but it's Armstrong following up for Thomson. Picks it up, kicks it long, across the centre of the ground. Ball, here's a foot race going on, and Nick Maharis does well. Gets the ball toward the boundary, and Brett Fisher makes sure it goes over. And it's now from one end of one side of the ground to the other. It's now on the half-forward flank in front of the change rooms here at Osborne Park. 28.5 minutes gone. Boundary umpire to put the footy back into play. Rathje comes in strongly, punches again toward the boundary, and it's over just ahead of Mario Zitko, who can't get to the footy as the boundary umpire picks it up once again. Almost 29 minutes in the second quarter. Rathje and Oakley. Ball comes down by hand to Stone. He goes right across the ground. Running down the ground was Stein. He picks it up, eludes the player with a lovely handball to Timmy Gardner. He's tackled by Russell Hearn. Great contest, that one, as O'Toole picks it up on the left foot. North trying desperately to clear it out of the danger zone. And, well, Russell Hearn, extreme confidence, kicks it back to the goal square to a teammate. And takes the chess mark in the defensive goal square. So Russell Hearn very confident about his teammates. The ball now comes wide. Well, Thomson players spoil one another, and the ball comes to ground in front of the change rooms. It's out of bounds once again. So Thomson, at the 29.5-minute mark of the second quarter, desperately trying to get that elusive goal, which would make the half-time score look pretty presentable. The ball comes back in now. Justin gets the ball to ground. Marnie runs onto it on the left foot, gets the ball towards centre wing. It's touched right on the line by Brad Scown, and it's over once again. So between wing and half forward for Thomson, kicking to the southern end in this second quarter. Ball comes in. Justin in front, taps the ball forward. Good work there for Thomson by Daniels. Also Burke well up the ground, kicks it long towards the full forward position, comes to ground. Oh, Brett Fisher just hits the ball very hard defensively towards the boundary. And well, we've got a bit of a difference of opinion once again from a few players there, as the boundary umpire looks to retrieve the footy. So
free kick, Nick Maharis.
So Nick Maharis 15 metres out. Slightest of angles has been given a free kick out of that bit of a fracas, and umpire lining Nick Maharis up. Now there's another whistle on play, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. Got no idea.
What's 50?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, he's putting him in the right on the goal line.
I have no idea what's going on. One umpire's doing one thing and the other umpire's doing another. I think in the meantime, Maharis has kicked the goal, regardless of what's happening at centre half forward. So Nick Maharis kicks his second, the 8th for Thomson, and very close to half time. Thomson 8-50. Lead North Geelong, trail North 8-10-58. No, I'm not
Another
too
free
I
kick.
think there's another one.
This one's to Troy.
So I've got no idea what's happening here at all.
Are we just seeing North Geelong under a bit of pressure for the first time this season?
Well, that's possible, but I would have thought if the players infringed badly enough for this, why is he not reported?
Well, you know, they've got to take stock. I mean, this is silly, it's just giving away two goals here. Regardless of what happened in that pack, I mean...
Well, the one was probably justified, but this was 50 metres off the footy. So it's very hard to understand. Maybe you're right, Laurie. They're under pressure, and first time for the season. So the ball now, it's been recovered from the kick. It's coming back to centre half forward. It is Troy Maharis with the football. And, well, he's only going to be kicking from 40 metres directly in front. So Troy Maharis on the left foot. I'll tell you what, it's not a bad looking kick.
Beautiful kick.
And that's the 9th goal for Thomson. So they move now to 9-56. They only trail by 2 points. North Geelong 8-10-58 as the siren sounds for half time. Just as the ball was about to get back to the centre. I don't know under the rules whether that's lawful either, because the time's supposed to stop when the ball goes over the goal line.
Don't go into it any further. It's 9-2-56 Thomson. North Geelong 8-10-58, a 2-point lead to the Magpies in that quarter. 3 goals, 3 to the Magpies. 7 goals, 1 to Thomson with the breeze. That's 2 points of difference at the main break. The goal kickers for the Magpies, 3 to Jason Rathje, and singles to Rory Priddle, Corey Lockwood, Jamie Weiss, Stewie Marnie and Russell Hearn. While for Thomson, 2 each to Troy and Nick Maharis, and also to Aaron Bradley, and singles to Jason Stein, Shane Stone and Tim Gardner. 2 points of difference at half time. It's 8-10-58 to 9-2-56. We'll take a break.